And we are back once again to My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. I forget which arc this is. Let's just see what arc it is. In exchange for victory after his battle with All for One. Ah, yeah, that's what happened last time. All Might's reign of symbol peace came to an end as he announced his retirement as a pro hero. As society became filled with anxiety, our teachers visited our homes and persuaded our parents to send us to school dorms. And so, we UA high school students came to live together at Heights Alliance, a collection of dormitories built in the UA campus. And just one day after we moved into our dorms, we started training to develop ultimate moves in preparation for Pro Hero provisional license exams. Ah yes, the provisional license. So these are all students. I can't remember this one now. Okay, I remember a little. The test, 1 of 5. In the 10 days remaining of summer vacation, each of us had to develop at least 2 ultimate moves. However, knowing that my arm was a ticking time bomb, I was unable to visualize anything that might become an ultimate move, and soon fell behind the others. How can I fight with these damaged arms? Hey! Huh? What are you doing here? I've come with advice. Also, he's a teacher, so I mean, he can basically be in any class if he's not teaching right now. Which I really only think there's 2 classes for the hero course. So I'm pretty sure class B is with their main teacher, so he can just walk around. You're still trying to imitate me. Regarding your costume improvements, once you've figured out if anything needs to change, head to the development studio. Here, get experts to help you out and give some suggestions. All Might said I was trying to imitate him. I don't really get why that's a bad thing. I mean, it's not inherently a bad thing, but some originality comes a long way to be distinct. But I know I have to do this. Something about this. They have some kind of brace to reinforce my arms here. I gotta train my body so I can wield One for All at maximum power, and I need to figure out how to use my quirk in my ultimate move. Oh yeah, I wonder if they're ever gonna incorporate the movies into this. Like if this is just gonna go through the movies, or if they're just gonna make story events to go through the movies. I wonder. Otherwise, I'll fall behind everyone else. That's not gonna happen. I have to make it to the top and achieve my dream. Oh, hey. There, Deku. You here for costume improvements too? Oh, Uraraka. Ah yes, this moment. Hey, when did you get here? Power loader, Iron Claws. Well, I was wondering if there was a way that you could reduce the strain on the ligaments in my arm. Is that possible? In that case, I should be able to do something for you pretty fast. Ah. Deku, that's awesome. Also, how does that guy see through his costume? Like, I see that there's eye holes, but it seems like that would be very inefficient to be able to just do your job, like, just regularly and as a hero. Because you would have to, like, move the eye holes so then you can look out of them instead of having a full 180 view to see everything in front of you and beside you. Yeah, I don't know why their exclamation point. Yes, I see the problem. Oh my, your body's much more muscly than it looks. Ah, I think she was feeling him up. I've got just what you need. My very special baby, the power suit. Meet my baby number 49. Wow, this thing is amazing. Wait, no, I take it back. My spine, it's twisting me in half. Are you okay? Looks like I made a mistake or two in limit calculations. That's my bad. Oh my gosh, are you hurt? I came in asking for some kind of arm brace and said my body almost got pretzelized. I was wondering if you could improve the cooling devices in my leg. If that's what you're in the market for, try this baby on. It's an electric booster for the radiators that super cools anything that gives off heat. Sweet baby number 36. Like, how does she make these random devices but yet they're seem like they would be useful for certain heroes? Like, that's very coincidental. Hitsume, there's nothing wrong with my boosters. And why my arms? Booster, go! Ida! My quirk is in my legs, you mad woman. Well, that's funny from him because he's usually so respectful. So him to just say, you mad woman, crazy, or something like that. Yeah, I know, but you don't understand. Come on, it's so brilliant. If you want to cool down your legs, then why don't you just run with your arms instead? Oh. Hold on, maybe. You're still trying to imitate me. Your admiration for All Might and sense of loyalty to him are shackles on you. If you want to cool down your legs, then why don't you just run on your arms instead? Ah, I understand. Ida, please, there's so much I want you to teach me. Damn, it's been a while since I said his name. Aizawa. There we go. How are things progressing? You're back again? We're getting there. Some of them have finally solidified their fighting styles. And there are those already putting together multiple special moves. Not from my entire head, but a blast from a single concentrated point. Armor piercing shot. Haha, I did it! No surprise there that young Bakugo is doing well, as usual. Hey, watch out! Ah! Smash! It's so obvious that I didn't even realize it. If I'm worried about my arms, I should use my legs. One for all, full cowling, shoot style. You did it, kid. Like what a weird place to end it off. And now we're gonna have to do some filler battles with probably some robots. Also, you guys will probably be able to see some of my new teams. Well, it's kind of a mixed bag of people. Oh, no wait, I guess it's done changing my teams right now. Yeah, since it's just like a mix right now, I gotta see. Let's see who goes first. Boom, boom, boom. Hail Spita! Damn. 2 more of those guys. Stun Ganado! Dun 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 dun. Dun bum 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 bum. Alright, continue on. Oh, and I don't know, is this new? We're getting gold and stuff now? Maybe I just never noticed. Yeah, it's probably that. I just probably never noticed. Let's see. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Damn, he survived! No, I wasted my Endeavor attack. Bastard made me waste it. Alright. Just do these ults. Hero! Dun 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 dun. Nah, let's not do an ult. Dun dun dun. Alright, no battle. Also, how many is... Damn, it's all the way up to 18. Quite a lot. But oh well. Let's try and go through it. The test. 2 of 5. Wait, we're already starting here? We didn't even get an introduction to this. So I guess that's just how it is. Equipped with my new costume, Gamma, and shoot style. I didn't know he named his costume Gamma. I guess that's just something I just don't remember from a long time ago. I, along with everyone from Class 1A, took on the first round of the exam. All of us aiming to be one of the 100 participants to move on. What awaited us there was the crushing of UA, in which students of other schools attacked us at once. Separated from the classmates after the ground was broken apart by the vibrate quirk, I ended up facing the female student of Shikitsu High School. Huh? You think my quirk lets me disappear? No. I was just hiding. I make my opponent's eyes and ears blind and deaf to make my presence. To do that, I hold my breath, clear my mind, and disappear. It's simple. The hardest part is not thinking, to be honest. You learned a technique that impressive at Shikitsu? The trick is to not view your training as some kind of chore. I'm glad we're learning about each other. Now, my question is, why exactly do you want to become a hero? For honor, pride, or someone else's sake? I want to know your deepest desires. What scares you? Ugh. Ah. Huh? Not good. I'm trapped. Okay, these are the most background characters I've ever made. Like, Jesus. Like, they try to make these guys unique, but look at them. They look so bad. The guy on the left looks like decent, but the other three on the right, terrible. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Just keep avoiding them. Are you okay? Over here. Hurry. Don't let them escape. Hey, watch where you're shooting. Ah. Huh? I'll take her down fast. That's why I have to train my legs now, so that I never fail to save anyone once again. Because to help others, you have to be able to take care of yourself. I've decided. Until my body is able to catch up to my quirk, I won't use one for all at 100%. Instead, I have to work on my legs and become the ideal hero I want to be. Thanks. Sorry. I really messed up back there, huh? No, that's not true. But let me guess. You're someone from Shikatsu. I'm what? You exposed yourself to the enemy without a plan. That's not like Uraraka I know. So who are you? If you saved me, even though you knew that I was a fake, does that mean you're trying to use me somehow? No, I didn't have time to think that far ahead. I'd do it again, though, in a heartbeat. Because if you're not Uraraka, you couldn't have floated away back there. Oh, I see now. So, you're just that good of a guy, huh? Please, tell me more about yourself. Everything. Whoa, whoa. What happened to your clothes? You're basically naked. Yeah. I think in the manga she's like actually naked, but in the anime it seems like they put on the suit and there's a lot more of that goo covering her, so you can't notice her exposed parts. I'll get dressed when my mission's complete. And here things were just getting good. Too bad. I really wanted to talk to you some more, but not with so many people around. What a bummer. Ochako Uraraka, he really trusts you a lot, you know. It looks like there's a lot of people up there. So, the three of us should work together. Go die. Come on, man. Yeah, it's like he just literally got saved by this guy last chapter. And like Deku slash the way Bakugo Kirishima made it seem like they were best friends. But here's like he kind of treats him like everyone else. Look out! What the hell? Did that really just happen? Damn, that is a horrifying quirk. It's to basically turn people into like little mushes of skin and just compact them down into a little form. That's just crazy. Like anyone would just not want to be there. All I know is that bastard looks like he's to blame. This is a demonstration, proof of the difference in level between my peers and your vulgar class. Although I will say I really like his design. The Senji guy. He's got a cool design. But his power is horrifying. But yeah, that's not the difference in their class like level. That's just the difference in his power. His one particular power is just super strong. We value obligation and dignity, things that appear to be sorely lacking among you. Obligation? Dignity? You just like to hear yourself talk. Show us with your actions, not your cheap words, if you can. Beast, you're the worst of all, Bakugo. Ugh, let's just get this fight over with. You should work on your aim and your look. Maybe I can make something more appealing. Enough talk. Die! You've left yourself open. What the? I had a piece of flesh sneak beneath us. Hey, idiot, fix this! Huh? Pathetic. You must be remade from scratch. Like Jesus! His costume is literally in him. One of his eyes is just poking out. This is a horrible nightmare. Like, what's that thing called? Like, that series or movie. Like Cronenberg-y? Like, that's what this reminds me of. Like, Jesus, look at all that mushed. Terrible. No way. This is a demonstration. The test has usually low passing rate. I must assume that their goal is to weed out the riffraff. I agree with that way of thinking. So, I decided to thin the herd myself. Ugh, you've been doing this nothing but hurling insults at us this entire time. I'm kind of starting to take it personally, you know. Then perhaps you are more self-aware than I thought. I take time to reflect on your failure. How about you reflect this? Ugh. Oh yeah, didn't it give him a grenade or something? I think that's what happened. An explosion, but I stopped Bakugo. Also, I wonder if they could still use their powers whilst in that little flesh form of theirs. His equipment. He can use that gear along with his nitro sweat to create simple grenades. Hey, idiot, fix this! That's it. He tossed it to you. Listen up, Bakugo. Might seem like a total jerk on the surface, but he's actually trying really hard to be a pro. You only know bits and pieces of information about him. So don't you insult my class. Also, I forgot about this part. It's like, I remember them battling, but I don't remember them, like Denki kind of considering him like a friend. Bum bum bum. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, we're bursting against the ninjas. I remember these guys. They're from Rin Tordoki. I'm pretty sure that's who he's fighting. We may just cut to that fight right after this battle. Bum 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 dun dun dun. Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Three waves. think I should crack out my other team. Where are they? New team, who this? Yeah, alright. Let's try. Bum, 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 bum. Maybe I should try the other team. Yeah, they're just mostly healers. Oh, that's pretty cool that she has a counter. This is my first time trying her out. I got her in a random single, so that's kind of cool. Bum, 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 da, na, 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 na. And that man's dead. Man's dead and gone. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Seems like a Cammy boss battle is coming along. Dun 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 bum bum bum. Go with that. Damn, I messed up. But yeah, I still hate these battles so much. Like, come on. Give me something else to do. Like, I'm pretty sure the only reason for this much battles is so that you could have quite a bit of jewels or gems, whatever they call it, to farm up. And just that you have a lot of places to farm material to level up characters. Should I? No, I'll just let him finish with melee. Damn. Should've just did the ult. Dun, dun, dun. Alright. Wait. Jesus, there's just a lot of fights before you get to the next story part. Ay ay ay. Ay ay ay. How the hell do I unfriend these people? I keep forgetting to do that. And I was like, damn. When I keep seeing them, they didn't even come back for the 1 year anniversary. Boom, boom. Let's do this. Take her out with that. And damn, that just destroyed her. I was expecting her to actually survive that. Oh well. Oh well. Her loss. Dun 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 dun. There's a boss here. Just a bunch of these guys. Dun 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 dun. Man, I wonder. I also wonder if they'll add some vigilantes, like to this game. Like that would be pretty interesting too. To see that side story kind of represented. Also, I know they have like 3 or 4 different spin-off mangas. Like they have that other one, which is like School Days, School Life, something like that. And then they have the team-ups, like My Hero Academia team-ups something. Like this game has a lot that it could potentially grab if it's not always gonna make original scenario stuff. Let me just do that to try and refresh. Endeavor does so much damage, but not enough to one shot. Only enough to do like 80% damage. Damn, he just punched the girl. No shit's given. Alright, let's plus ultra all these guys. I think he's the only person's ultimate I haven't watched yet. And no, I'm not gonna watch my own do that. Dun, dun, bum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, now we just have to actually versus this guy. Hopefully this will then connect us to the Bakugo, Kirishima, and Denki fight. Okay, he's that. Damn, I should just brought the strength team. What did he do? What? Oh, I guess yeah, that's basically a stun. What a bastard. He transformed her. What a bastard. What's she gonna even do? Imagine if any time you hit somebody that they would just instantly turn into one of those things. And she transforms back. Dun, 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 dun. bum 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 bum. I'm going crazy with that song. Okay, at least there's not that many fights. Now, hopefully. The test, 3 of 5. Just barely. Every member in Class 1A cleared the first round of the provisional license exam. Next up, the second round of the exam. This was a rescue exercise based on the disaster scenario. All the examinees worked together to save people. We were suddenly attacked by a group of Fox villains led by Gang Orca. Also, I really think Gang Orca is a pretty cool character. From everything I've seen, like up to season 5 of the anime, I don't think he's actually been into actual battle. He's only like helped train people and other stuff. But he's pretty cool, and his men look pretty awesome as well. His one broken eye is pretty cool. Titch. Tordoki. Guess I know why he's number 10. I'm gonna blow you evildoers away. Ah! A second villain attack. Man, they really pulled out the stops on this one, didn't they? Of course you're here too. Here they come. Huh? Where are they aiming? Why'd you use your flames? The heat makes the air rise up. Because he didn't fall for my ice earlier. You ruined my shot on purpose, didn't you? You blocked me, so you get all the glory. What? Why would I do something like that? Why wouldn't you? Hatred's in your bloods. You are Endeavor's son. What the hell has been up with you this whole time? My old man's got nothing to do with this. Also, I feel like this plotline's kind of really neutered in this version, because we didn't even get to see them like before the exam started. It's like, I think this guy was saying hi to everyone, and then it's like as soon as he saw UA and stuff, he was really friendly with everyone at UA, and then as soon as he talked to Torodoki or Shoto, whatever, he was like, nope, I don't like you, I hate you, and stuff like that. No explanation. And so we kind of missed the build up to this confrontation. This has everything to do with your cold-blooded father. To me, heroes should be full of passion. They bring hope and inspiration to people with fire burning in their hearts. It was a shock to meet your father, because the only thing I could see in his eyes was insatiable anger aimed at the entire world. And then at the entrance exam, I saw you and I knew who you were immediately, because when I said hello, your eyes were the same as his. You think we're the same? Don't be ridiculous. You're a fool. I'm nothing like him. I have to stop listening. I have to focus on the test. You and your father are only heroes I can't accept. Focus. The wind's sending the flames. Again? Are you kidding me? What are you two doing? That's right. He was in my way. Why didn't I remember him? He's so loud and obnoxious. I guess I really wasn't seeing him back then. I just needed to reject that bastard. I wasn't thinking about anything else. I did everything I could to ignore who I am. Is that catching up to me? My past and my blood. I just can't bury them or forget about them. Gah! Ugh. Shit. Not like this. What are you two doing? Seriously. How did I become everything I hated? I'm in the mess because of my own actions. I have to fix this. There's no way I can beat a top hero when we're at odds like this. Hopefully he understands too and feels the same way I do. Come on, work with me. I'm so numb that I can't put much into my quirk, but I have to do this. I think what they did was like make a fire tornado. Like I think he spun it around and Torodoki just made the fire, and then they just kind of try to burn Gang Orca with fire and wind. Will trap you. Is he not even in there? This won't make up for their foolishness earlier, but it's not a bad start. They realized their mistake, and as such, they're trying to make up for it. I have to admire their persistence. So, what now? I have nothing. No, get away from those two. Midoriya. How does he always do this? Yep, he jumps in for the save. Okay, there's only 3 battles this time. What's the strategy on this? They're all blue. So these guys wouldn't be bad. Bum 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 dum 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 dum. Bum 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 bum. Okay, I guess it only works on her. I thought her counter worked whenever anyone attacked one of her friends. Well, I guess I'll have to figure that out again later. 14. And they're all these guys. So I'll return back to my main team. Nah, let's just go with the fire punch. There we go. I don't want to waste out my all-out attack. Alright, hopefully we finish them. No, he, okay. I thought he stunned Endeavor. I was like, damn. I guess it makes him not attack first, because he got out of that real quick. I don't know what bind does. Huh, I haven't used this Midori yet. I kind of want to see what his moves are all about. I still need to summon more for them. Alright, let's do this. This. Damn, that on super speed is just so quick. I don't even know what happened there. I saw the flurry of movements, but nothing made sense. Yeah, 10. Pro hero number 10. Okay. Finally, I have followed someone new. Made a new friend. It's been like months. I've been like using the same exact characters or friends for the past few months. The test, 4 of 5. The provisional license exams was full of ups and downs, but it finally came to an end. Oh my god. Well, I hope that's not what the pro heroes all have. Like, they all have to show their ID or whatever that is. Because, like, if he's a pro hero and has to show that, like, that's gonna be embarrassing. Except for Torodoki and Kachan, every member of Class 1A passed and received their license. However, the two who failed were also given another opportunity to get their provisional license. With this, we all took another small step to becoming pro heroes. It's about time you picked up. Where are you right now, Toga?
Hi.
I had the most wonderful fun today. My mission was a success. Tumura's gonna be so happy. I managed to get some of Izuku's yummy blood. You. Oh yeah. I don't think that has come up yet. Like her using his blood, like at least up to season 5. I don't know in the manga if that comes up, because that would be interesting to see if like she uses it for whatever purpose, like personal purpose, or if Shigaraki uses it for his evil master plan, whatever it is. You meet me out in front later. We need to have a talk about your quirk. You brought us to Ground Beta? This is the place where we had our first combat training, where I fought you and lost. Huh? You were useless. No power at all. A joke. So now you're gonna tell me how you managed to get into this damn school with a brand new quirk that appeared out of nowhere. You've always made me sick, you know? Right, Deku? After seeing what happened All Might in Camino Ward, I began to understand. You got your quirk from All Might, didn't you? I asked All Might about this, in a way, but he wouldn't give me a straight answer. That's why you're gonna tell me the truth. You're not trying to deny anything, which means I must be right. So say it! Okay, what if it's true? When you and I were kids, we both wanted to be like All Might. Then, somehow, a little nobody like you was singled out by the person I admire the most, and I didn't even realize it. You and I are settling this right now. Or settling this right here, right now. I want to know what made All Might give his power to a loser like you. Let me see for myself. Wait, what? How is that the best way for us to work things out? Is it because you looked up to him more than I did? And if that's the case, does it mean that everything I've done to be like him is wrong? No, Kachan. If you don't want to get hurt, punch back. Wait. You have to stop this. Why hurt each other when we could just talk things out? You were right to look up to All Might like you did. I know just how much he meant to you when we were growing. Stop running and stand and fight. Attack me. Why won't you fight back? Why did I end up having to chase someone who is always so far behind me? Why did a damn small fry like you get so strong and become the #1 hero's sidekick, his favorite? You got so much better, and I destroyed All Might. He's been carrying this guilt with him this whole time, even more than me. He's been blaming himself, obsessing over it. It turned out our fight wasn't what I thought it would be. It didn't really matter who won or lost. That wasn't the point. Even so, I felt like I had to go through it with it. Because in that moment, I was the only person in the world who understood how Kachan felt. If I'm gonna do this, I'm going all out. I refuse to be your punching bag, Kachan. Ugh. I bet you got some kind of plan up your sleeve. That's one of the things I hate most about you. I can never tell what you're thinking. It's so obvious. You always look down on me. You think you're better than me? I guess normally if someone keeps looking down on you, you won't want anything to do with them anymore. There are things I hated about you, sure. But I could clearly see how amazing you were. You had so much going for you that I didn't have. All Might was my hero, but you were the one actually in my life. Because I was so emotional, I lost a bit of control. I've been focusing on keeping my full cowling at 5% power the entire time. But I didn't realize how much stronger my body had gotten thanks to all my training and testing. My continuous full body limit has been raised to 8%. My continuous full body limit has been raised to 8%. I thought you were incredible, Kachan. I wanted to see what you become. That's the reason I kept chasing after you. Amazing. And now these two are just gonna beat the shit out of each other. Like true friends. Gotta teach each other lessons. Okay. He's blue. And let's go with this. Don't even give him the chance. To nullify normal attacks. Okay. Boom. He should be dead with this. What? He actually survived that. Come on, attack Uraraka. Attack Uraraka. What? She didn't counter. Okay, there, she countered. Dun, dun, dun.
でしたねえ私と一つになろうよ
Dun, dun, dun. Come on, let's do this no battle. The test 5 of 5. The only reason I'm using my kicks is so my arms don't get too abused. But I never said I couldn't use them at 5%. You're the best, and that's why I want to defeat you. I have to, in order to meet expectations that All Might has for me. Gah! I won't lose to you! And he comes back. I really like that. I'm pretty sure this is one of the best fights, at least up to this point. Because it's like Bakugo's unwillingness to give up. It's like he's like, a surprise punch. Well, here I come with an even stronger punch. Like he's just as, how should I say, smart in this battle. Like he shows that he's a real tactical genius when it comes to combat. Huff, huff. I won this fight. You have All Might's power, but even using his strength, even after making it your own, somehow you still managed to lose to me. Why? How could you lose? Stop this right now, both of you. All Might. I wish they would have been synchronized instead of finishing each other's sentence. I didn't notice before. I should have. It's too late now. You are strong. But I focused too much on your physical strength and overlooked what was important. This isn't your burden. I apologize. Sometimes I forget that you're children. After being a hero for so many years, you learn a few things. Striving to be the best like you, Bakugo, young Bakugo, and caring deeply about people, about rescuing those in trouble, like you, young Midoriya. Both of those feelings are necessary in a true hero, otherwise, they'll never truly be able to represent justice. Now that you laid your feelings out on the table, maybe you can understand each other. If you have mutual respect and focus on making one another stronger, kinda mirrors his relationship with Endeavor. Endeavor always focusing on trying to be better, number one, and kind of always looking down on All Might, even though he is the strongest, or was the strongest. I have no doubt you'll become ultimate heroes, winning and saving people at the same time. Damn it, that's not what I wanted to hear. Okay, so talk. Who knows about you two? Recovery Girl, Principal Nezu, and as far as the students go, only you. And you don't want this to get out, cause that would be bad. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. I won't tell anyone what's going on. Unlike Deku, I can keep my mouth shut. This will stay between us. Kachan. He's like, you asshole, why you call me out? It doesn't change that I have to do things. Things aren't going to be the same, though. Deku, You got that? You've been watching me and everyone around you, absorbing what you see to get stronger. Well, I can do the exact thing. And keep getting better myself. I'll surpass even you, Chosen One. Damn, giving him Chosen One. Right. Then I guess I'll just have to do better than that. You what? I kind of like it. It's like he kind of tries to do a rival moment and be like, yes, and I'll try and do better. I still want to beat you. And he's like, you dare try to do better than me? You become proper rivals now, in a way they weren't before. The secret between me and All Might became a secret of 3 of us shared. So, about my shoot style, what did you think of it? Your movements are too obvious. Even when you got faster, I was able to dodge them. You're not going to win any fight that way. Oh, right. And you added in punches. It really pisses me off. Oh, got it. There's no place in the world where crazy people can belong. Heroes only care about saving good citizens. Now, I'm scouting people, trying to find those in the same kind of crazy. Jesus. We're all wackos looking for a place to belong. You guys aren't well. What you need is a cure. They're all sick, every last one of them. So, what should I do? Like, Jesus, what Overhaul did to those guys. Horrifying. Okay, I get Chapter 8 hard mode. Nope, skip spoilers. Damn it, nope! Alright, well, we'll finish that next time. I hope you guys enjoyed My Hero Academia Ultra Impact. If you guys did, please make sure to follow all my social medias, like my Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube, my DLive. And like, comment on anything, and even jump my Discord. They can stay up to date on everything I should do, or my streams, videos, or anything else. But yeah, hope to see you guys next time. Bye.